guys, welcome back to the video. I just finished watching Thor Love and Thunder and got some fan reactions after the movie. Now you guys will hear all my thoughts later on, as I did do a spoiler-free initial reaction with Brantley. And before we get into it, if you guys are new to here, make sure to subscribe and notification on so you don't miss any time I open a video or go live. Both are wasting more time. Let's get right into it. What'd you think of the movie overall?
Oh, it was a good movie, man. I thought it was I don't know if it lived up to Ragnarok.
Yeah.
I know it was Ragnarok set the bar pretty high, but I was all about Christian Bale, man. He did a good job.
My biggest problem with the movie, like just getting out of it, is the visuals. It was a really lackluster, especially compared to Ragnarok. What'd you think of the visuals?
Yeah, I kind of feel on that. Yeah, it wasn't quite. I feel like it didn't live up to that really at all, man. To be honest, besides Christian Bale, it was kind of a letdown. I feel like they kind of sold out a little bit. It was they kind of made things a little campy. I mean, I'm knocking it. I did enjoy the movie. It was a good movie, but a little short too, at least for a Marvel movie. I don't know if it was too short necessarily, but it's just they kind of set the bar for 2 hours 15 or so, and I think it was just shy of 2 hours.
What'd you think of like Jane in this movie, her arc, without giving any spoilers? Or what'd you think of that?
Yeah, without giving spoilers, I think it was kind of rushed into it, and then it just kind of, I don't know, it was more or less predictable.
Yeah, it definitely felt like we knew the direction that they were going to go in, and they didn't really shy away, do anything too unique. What would you maybe give this score a movie out of 10?
I'd give it a 7.
Okay.
I would give it a 7. It was enjoyable. It was a good ride, but I usually watch all Marvel movies again. I'm probably going to watch this one again.
Yeah.
I just don't know if I'm going to watch it again and again after that,
Yeah, I totally understand, and that's basically it. Thank you so much.
Liked it, didn't love it. I found it a little underwhelming, which is a little disappointing because Taika Waititi is more than capable of making a great film. I think overall it just didn't quite decide what it wanted to be about.
The biggest issue was the writing. I think they went too far into the jokes. I think like Ragnarok, they knew where to stop. But what do you think of the humor in this movie?
I don't think it ever reached the level of fun that Ragnarok had, which I felt allowed Ragnarok to sort of hide some of its plot machinations that didn't really work upon looking back at it. But this, I don't think, ever reaches that level of fun, and I think they're trying to do so much, and they either needed to add another 15 or 20 minutes to coalesce all that together, or narrow the focus of the movie and just decide what it's about, and I don't feel like they quite did that.
But what'd you think of Jane Foster's arc in this movie? Because I thought it was pretty interesting.
It's very interesting. I think it mostly works, although I have never quite felt the chemistry between Natalie Portman and Chris Hemsworth that I would like. But I think they actually do something really interesting with her character here, as opposed to the last time we saw her in the MCU, where she was basically just a glorified MacGuffin. I think Christian Bale is giving a really interesting performance, but he doesn't have much to do.
Yeah.
But when he's actually allowed to do those handful of really dramatic scenes, I think he pulls it off, but most of it is he's just sort of in the background and underused, unfortunately. I love the look of the character. There's a sequence in the second act, towards the end of the second act of the movie, where they do something really interesting with the cinematography, which was probably my favorite part of the movie, and that had a lot to do with gore. But I wish they had given Bale just a little bit more to do, because he's one of our better actors, and he's kind of underused, let's say.
What would you give it a score out of 10?
Probably a 7, maybe 7.5. Like I say, liked it, didn't love it. It's not my favorite Marvel movie of the year. Definitely sort of in the mushy middle of Marvel, but in the more better made of the mushy middle. It's got really interesting ideas going on. It makes some really interesting choices. The culmination of the whole film, though, just doesn't quite gel for me.
I thought it was pretty good overall. I can't complain. It's just like another Marvel movie. I mean, it probably wasn't my favorite, but I liked it still.
The humor really messed up this movie. It didn't really hit for me as much as it did Ragnarok.
Yeah, that's true. I mean, I guess it was also kind of a lot shorter and stuff like that, which kind of, there were a few jokes here and there, but I thought it was okay.
Yeah. And what did you think of Jane Foster in the movie Mighty Thor? I thought she was a great inclusion. Yeah. I felt like it was kind of rushed though.
Yeah, I did. I think they could have spent. It was kind of. They cut a lot of stuff out, and I don't know. They try to glue everything kind of together and make it work. But I thought it was like a good attempt, I think. But I thought it was. I'd give him like a B. I thought that was pretty good.
Final thing I wanted to ask you about was Christian Bale as Gore the God Butcher. I thought he definitely carried this movie. What did you think about him?
I thought he was pretty good. I mean, like he was definitely a standout. I wouldn't say he's like the best like villain I've seen, but he's pretty good overall, I think.
All right. But yeah, guys, that's it for this video. Let me know what you thought of Thor Love and Thunder in the comments down below. I'll be dropping my full spoiler-free review later on today, so subscribe so you don't miss that. Thanks so much for watching. I'll see you next time. Peace.